Hi everyone, good morning. Um, I have interacted with around 45 students so far, and everyone have this question like, when I'm doing internship, why do I need a training? Can I do internship without training? So those were the kind of questions that were coming to me. So I decided to do this short video, and you can check this, and you'll get answer to all your questions, and then you can make a decision on whether to join or not, or when to join, and all this. See, this training and internship program goes for 3 months. And this training and internship is not like the general internship where you see where you go to a company, they give you some small works and you work on that stuff. It doesn't work like that. This is a really different training. Okay. So the first week, industries and technology boot camp. I'll be the person who will be talking to you about what are the different industries like telco, retail, healthcare, IT, pharma, insurance, banking, trade, finance. So there are many industries that are there. So we have a detailed discussion about those industries. And next we are going to talk about what kind of technologies are they using. So just for as an example, there are many banks in UK and India where they use AI heavily to train their chatbots. Okay? Or there are many finance companies across the world who are going to use risk models and again driven by machine learning and deep learning. And recently there are trading companies which are training neural networks that will act as advisors. You see, in trading companies, there will be advisors who will advise their clients, like, okay, you have to invest in this stock, these are the reasons and all. But I'm saying they want to replace that with neural networks. So those are the kind of discussions we are going to have. Okay. And what are the current trends? See, right now, the biggest trend that's happening in the world is AI, large language models, Falcon models, deep learning models, neural networks. Yeah, those are the major discussions, and image diffusions. Those are the major discussions and trends that are happening right now across the industry. So even Sam Altman, ChatGPT, and I forgot someone's name, all those people who are in AI industry are saying now is the time to learn AI. Okay. And what are the problems facing? See, banks face different problems, telcos face different problems, healthcare companies face different problems. Just for as an example, banks, for them, the biggest problem is stopping fraud. For telcos, the biggest problem is stopping churn. For trading platforms, the biggest problem is ensuring that every investment they are going to do will not fall down, will only go up. So every industry has their own problems. Okay, and different projects you'll be working on. See, we'll talk about that later, but what I'm saying is as we discuss about different problems different industries would face, at the end of it, you as a student will say that, Sai, I want to work on this particular problem for this particular industry. Just as an example, I want to work on a real-time fraud analytics problem for banks. Then we will put you on that project. So we'll make team of 4 to 6 people, 3 to 4 people. Then we'll put you on that project, and then we start mentoring you and training you on technologies related to that particular project. So what's the benefit of doing this? If for sure you can improve your profile like anything. So when you apply for banks, you can tell them that, you know what, I did an internship on how to investigate a fraudulent transaction. Then they'll be surprised, then banks will be like, oh, interesting. Then they might even want to hire you because you worked as an intern as fraud analyst. I know it's data analyst, but you also become fraud analyst. Or if you say that, you know what, I want to work on trading problems, then I'll give you projects on trading problems. Then you'll become a trade scientist or trade analyst or trade engineer. Okay. And the sixth point is project allocation and team creation, and that's what I was talking about. But holistically, in the first 1 week, I'll give you enough knowledge so that you understand what's the future, what should you do to ensure that your future is very good and you might get a nice job, or you might feel like, no, 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 I want to go into masters somewhere, whatever it is, but you'll have a nice idea. Okay. Now, that's first week, and rest of the week it's like I said, right? Once you decide a project, you're going to work on that project. There will be a team of 3 or 4 people, and we'll become the mentors for you. And we are going to assist you on completing that project. But for you to complete that project, we should also train you on them. That's what you're going to do. So now we'll talk about some examples. Let's talk about retail sector. See, you might be assuming that, I'm already a trained person, I know what to do. No, these are not like that. These are very tricky problems. Just as an example, I'm talking about retail sector. In retail sector, let's assume that there are many stores. I'm a retail company and I have to visit all the stores to deliver my products. Now I'll ask you, hey, can you tell me what are the routes I need to take so that my distance is reduced and also I save fuel and also it reduces my time. Now, how are you going to work on this kind of problems? They'll give you all the data that is required. So for this, here I'll put the tech stack. You need to have deep knowledge on algorithms and data structures. You need to know dynamic programming. You need to know machine learning, Python, MongoDB, and Streamlit. Now, obviously, the question which you guys are asking me was, why should we need training? If you want to solve a particular problem like this, and if you want to put this kind of problem on your profile, then you need to get trained from us. Because the minute I give you this problem, you can't start working on that without my assistance, without some sort of training. So that's the reason you should get trained. Now, problem two, store sales forecasting. So there could be 20,000 stores. So it becomes a big data problem. So then you should know machine learning. And there is something called feature store. Huh? So I'm sure most of you people might have never heard about this word called feature store and DBC framework. We have to train you on that. We should teach you how to build data pipelines using Airflow, then Python, and some level of object-oriented programming for automation. So I'm assuming most of the students might not know this. And that's the reason we have to train you on this so that you can really work on problems like this. And again, this becomes a very good information in your profile. And when people look at it, they know that, oh, you worked on a retail industry and you solved this problem. People will appreciate you. And when you talk in interviews, you have really something to talk. And you can also start looking for jobs outside Kenya. And with this kind of profiles, people might appreciate that, oh, you have done really good job. Or another problem. So I'm a retailer, and when I'm doing delivery of goods, I want to take picture of what is in that shelf so that I can do competitor analysis. But again, I cannot read those products one by one. So I need image recognition algorithms that can actually understand what is that. And for this, the tech stack is deep learning, TensorFlow, or PyTorch, Python, MLflow, and latest libraries, neural networks and stuff. Now again, we need to train you. So I hope you understood that for solving this kind of problems, you first should need assistance from us. And if you solve this kind of problems, these are really interesting problems. These are not like the simple problems where you go to other internships, they'll give you some simple work and you start working on that. No, these are for sure some real problems, complex problems that you can put in your profile and tell them that this is the kind of information what project I've worked on. People will appreciate you. People will like you. Banking. See, in banking, fraud is one of the biggest thing. And if you tell banks that, you know what, I worked on fraud projects and I understand how to deal with them, they'll really like you. Okay. So let's assume that there's a whole group of fraudsters. Okay. Now, how do you investigate fraud? For investigation of fraud, you need to be very good with databases. You don't use general databases to store them. You need specific databases that can solve your problem. I'm not talking about data scientist, I'm not talking about data analyst, I'm talking about data engineer here. So that's where there is a database called Neo4j. You should know in and out of how to use it. And that's what we'll train you on. Again, you need Python, Neo4j, and machine learning. And don't assume that you can just come sit and start working on this project. These are not easy projects. These are projects that people should understand, people should get mentored on, people should get trained on, and then they can work on. Real time fraud detection. See, after fraud happens, if you say that I detected fraud, it doesn't make sense because the fraudster has already stolen your money and he might have been hiding somewhere in Malindi or Mombasa. So it's not easy. But if you can real time detect the fraud and stop it, that's great. So this is a general architecture of a fraud, real time fraud system. But you see, there's a tool called Flink. So you need to know Python, Flink, Kafka, Redis, and machine learning. Now, these are the kind of projects people will appreciate, or banks will appreciate when they know that you know how to analyze fraud. Therefore, should want to work with you. Yeah, but again, we have to teach you Apache Flink, Kafka, Redis. Once you know that, then you can start working on projects like this, and that is the reason we are insisting that you should get trained by us. And for a full stack developer, you might think like, you know what, I know front end, I know back end, I know. No, it doesn't work like that. Let me tell you. Credit card lifestyle recommendations for a bank. You need to have all this knowledge to really build some nice applications. And that is where we come in. We'll have mentors who will mentor you on how to do UI development, how to do UX development, how to design your wireframes, what kind of product development knowledge you have, and all that. And you need to have machine learning operations knowledge. These are not simple things, trust me, you need some experience on that, but you're freshers. So we have to train you on this. Okay. Now, one more thing you have to understand is job market in Kenya is not very stronger. Out of every 10 people in Kenya, only 2 to 3 people get a proper job, which means 7 to 8 people will not get a proper job. So that's the reason if you take such kind of trainings and if you do such kind of projects, your profile will really boost, number one. And probably, see, we will, when you talk with us, you'll know how the international market is looking like, what are the kind of technologies you should learn in the future, what not. And now, when you learn such kind of knowledge from us, it will really help you to plan for your career. The conclusion, this the tech stacks which you're seeing are very complex. The projects are complex, and projects are in par with industry. If you want to work on such complex projects, you need mentorship and training in tech stack. That's where we are coming in. And also, you need 1 week training to understand industry trends, what problems they're solving. And we are giving you 1 week training. And remember, if I'm giving 1 week training to corporates, we might charge 100,000 per or 200,000 per person. And we are merely charging 20,000 as we understand students will not be in a position to pay. And this project will help you to build a very good profile. And at the end, I'm saying, so only the training is mandate. Okay. So, to everyone, long story short, if you want to work on such beautiful projects and if you want to really boost your profile, if you really want to understand the future, and if you really want to plan your career very well, then we would recommend you to join our training and internship program. Training, the first 1 week, will thoroughly talk about industry trends, problems, projects. The rest of the weeks, you'll work on projects and we'll mentor and train you on those particular technologies. And by the end of it, you'll have an experience letter. At the same time, you'll have what is that certificate of training, and they'll really help you to boost your profile. I hope now it makes you understand why we said training is a mandate. So let me know what you feel like, and if you have any questions, you can call us or mail us. Thank you so much and have a nice day. And remember, June 8th is when the internship and training is beginning. So try to finish your registrations by June 7th and then we talk. And also, people are asking me questions on payments. See, payments we are flexible. We can give you three. We can give it for 3 installments. You can pay one in June, one in July, and one in August. So we are not pushing you. And what we are asking is merely 20,000 because we understand your situation. I hope this is clear to everyone. And if you have any questions, you can call us. Thank you so much.